Hey, what's going on? It's Matt. I'm out on the California Delta. It is a Tuesday while you suckers are working, but wanted to get out today. So the weather is gonna hold up, I think. Doesn't look like there's too much wind, and it's later in the day. Now I'm out here because I have a stranger in my arsenal. I recently picked up this Shimano SLX Combo. The rod is a 7-2 medium heavy, and the reel is a 6-3-1. This is gonna be my chatterbait, hence the chatterbait. I want to see if I can't get a fish. I've got 3.5 hours of fish. Let's see what happens. All right, first cast. Didn't backlash. That's a good thing, right? So I have a tournament on the Delta this weekend. I'll be in a boat with my old buddy Justin. And he just texted me right before I got on the water and said that he got some inside information, so hopefully that will pan out for us this weekend. But I wanted to break in this reel and get it really dialed in. At the beginning of the video, you see that I just got it. I got it yesterday, and you know, I wanted to just kind of get it lined up and kind of dial it in a little, so when I got out here, I wouldn't fiddle with it all day. And I was throwing it against my neighbor's garbage can, so that's how I dial in reels when I don't have water. I throw it at my neighbor's garbage can. So hopefully this will catch me a fish today. I've got other rods with me, of course, but you know, I wanted to break out of just buying 13 gear. And look, I'm not sponsored by 13. I don't get any kind of discounts anymore or anything. And so I pay full price. I just really like their gear. And a couple of people have been like, why 13? You don't even throw, you know, other brands. And to be candid with you, and to be honest, this is the first Shimano I have ever owned. And yes, it's on the lower end models, and that's fine. It feels really smooth so far. So this has a pin braking system, which is something I had to get used to. I think there's 6 of them. I've got 3 in and 3 out right now. So kind of in the middle with the braking, but this reel does cast well. Yeah, it casts really well. So this is a 7.2 medium heavy rod. It's the SLX. And the reason why I got a medium heavy is because this will be my spinnerbait, my chatterbait, and my small swim bait rod. And if it was going to be a rod that I was going to be throwing treble hooks on, I probably would have gotten a moderate or a medium action rod, just because they can shake them a little bit easier. But with a single hook, I wanted a little bit of a stiffer rod so I could really drive the hook home when I set the hook. And it's in a 7.2. That little bit of extra length gets you better distance on the cast. One thing is definitely for sure about this reel, it's much smaller than the Concept A. Definitely much smaller, which isn't a bad thing in my opinion. It still holds a decent amount of line. One of the things I did when I spooled this up is I prototypically will do half of the reel with braid, and it could be any kind of braid. It doesn't have to be good braid. It could be casking braid for all I care. And then what I'll do is I'll tie on the other half will be 12-pound fluoro or whatever I'm throwing. And it's really not a leader. I mean, it's literally like 50-50, and I do that because you're not spooling up your whole reel with expensive fluoro. And braid never gets memory. I mean, it can, but it's rare. And all you need to do is really wet it to get rid of it. So that's one of the things that I do. But with this particular reel, you know, I literally just put on 15-pound fluoro and said, screw it. And it held a decent amount. I don't know how much it held, but you know, it's got a full spool on it. It does cast well, like I said. The rod feels good. It doesn't feel great, but it's a $100 rod. And that's kind of what I would expect. Same category, as the Omen 2s. Feels a little bit, I don't know, I can't figure out what it is. It just might be the fact that I've always thrown a full cork right here, and this isn't full cork. This is some sort of EVA foam, which is probably what it is. It's a good looking setup though. Probably have about, I don't know, 100 casts on this right now. I've been out here for maybe an hour. There's fish taunting me, and it feels really good. But you know, as much as I just want to throw this all day, I am here to catch fish. So I'm probably going to change up to a different bait. I've got a rattle trap tied on. I take that back. I have a Quake tied on from 6 Sense, and then I have one of the new 6 Sense crankbaits on another rod, and then I have a jig rod, and I do not have a finesse reel, a finesse setup I should say, and I do not have a Cinco setup. So rejoice, people. This might just be an on the water review of the SLX. All right, this is one of the baits that I got in the Baitman box, and it is chartreuse with, I would call that purple and blue, and I know that's Kevin's favorite colors. Okay, so what I'm going to say right now, right off the bat, just from switching the rod, and this is why I like full cork rods a lot. The rod feels thicker in my hand. You know what I'm talking about, people. Don't make it weird. But the rod is, you know, it's got more, it's thicker here. So it does feel a little bit better in my hand than having something a little bit more narrow. And this rod and reel setup is definitely, it feels lighter. I don't know if it is. This could just be, you know, me saying that because I've always thrown 13s, right? Okay, what's up? So I'm back home right now. I'm probably standing in my garage. It's nighttime outside, and look, the SLX, the reel itself, this is the combo. So the SLX rod and reel, picked this up probably about a week ago, but the reel in particular, it's smaller than what I'm used to. The distance on the handles, I think it's probably close, if not the same as the 13s that I throw. And at the end of the day, I think for $99, it's super smooth. Now, I didn't catch anything on this reel, and I'm not gonna do a spec on the reel. Too many people have done that already, and that's really kind of not my forte on this channel. I do wanna talk about the rod real quickly. I'm not a real big fan of split grips, and EVA is another thing that I'm not too hot on, but the butt of the rod is just super, it's too small for my hands. Now, I'm not giving up on the rod, but that's my major complaint with the rod. I made the joke on the water, you know, like I like a thicker rod in my hand. It's true, the 13s just have a kind of a more bulkier grip on it, and it's full cork. And to be candid with you, when dealing with split grips, you know, it forces your hand to be, I guess this is the right position when you're casting, but you know, sometimes my hand's down here, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when I'm throwing something like a weightless Cinco, which I throw a lot, and you know, if I'm throwing a jig too, like I don't hold it up to the top where the reel is. So gonna continue working with this rod. Hopefully I will break it in with some fish on Friday and Saturday this week on the tournament. But that is my initial on water and kind of post review of throwing this thing for about an hour and a half. Thanks for watching these things. I got another reel. Want to see it? This is the new 13 Inception SZ, or the Sport they're calling it, I think. This is something that I was waiting for before I got on the water, but look at this. Sorry, I know this is supposed to be a Shimano video, but I will do a review on this and hopefully catch some fish on it when I'm on the water Friday and Saturday. Thanks for watching these things. Thanks for that beep. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.